Okay, so hi kids, how are you all doing? All good? Yes? Okay, so today we are actually facing some technical issues. Our website has got down a little bit, like people are not able to join. So we'll be starting a little late, like let's say 10 minutes later. Is that fine? So before we start the class, we'll just have a look about the classes we are going to have and where we have to make the submissions and all. So what we are doing is we are sending the Zoom link over the WhatsApp groups we have. So maybe if your friend are already joining and they are facing some issues, you can just tell them that you can join the WhatsApp group, the link which is shared on the WhatsApp group. Okay. So I hope, and I will also be, you can just share the same link which you have joined with your friends so that they can also join. So, okay, let me share my screen with you all. One second. Can you all see my screen? Yes? Okay, so this is our weekly schedule for this week. So we are going to have our today's watercolor class. Yes? Are you all set with your materials? Yes? Give me thumbs up. Great. Okay. And next up, we'll be having our last series of class for Mandala, right? I hope you all attended last 3 classes. Yes? Good. Okay. And we'll be having our next bottle craft class on Wednesday. Then we'll be having our Zumba class. So basically this week is like a end of series of our three classes for watercolor painting class, mandala class, and Zumba class. We are having the last class of these 3 series. Okay. We'll be having another series coming up in the next week or so, and we'll be keep posting you regarding those. So I just hope all of you have attended the last 3 classes of these series. Okay. Then we are going to have our craft class on walking ant puppet. Doesn't it look exciting, this ant craft? Yes, right? Yes. Naman and Meghna are so excited for this class. Okay. Then we are going to have our science experiment class, right? So I hope you all are enjoying our science experiment class, and also if we come up with our math trick class also, right? As you all had responded for the abacus class, and we are planning to have a few classes on maths also. So let's see what's there in the classes in the coming weeks. So today we are going to have our watercolor class, watercolor painting class. This is the last class for the painting class. And we are going to have tomorrow the mandala class, last class. Okay, mandala class series is also getting to end. So yes, these are the 2 classes. Today we are going to have this. I hope you all are set with the materials required for today's class. So which for submitting all your work, where you have to go? live.uolo.com. Yes. And we have to go to live.uolo.com and submit, click over submit your activity. So the classes which we have attended, those only will be shown to our profile. Okay, so you might get confused that in my profile, why is it not showing? You might have been opening your siblings profile also. So you can just click over this particular drop down. You can just click over which profile you have chosen, and the classes will be shown for that particular profile. Okay, so make sure you are checking on the right profile. So once you go there, you will get an option to submit your activity for that particular class. Once you click over there, you'll get an option to upload your image. Once you click over upload your image, you can choose multiple images. So let's say if you have 2 entries for that particular class, you can pick 2 images and your entry will be submitted. So once you click over that, you can see which all images you have chosen. And then you have to just click over submit. your entries will be submitted. Okay. I hope you all got this, right? Cool. So how you have to take your picture, you know that also, right? You have to take a horizontal picture, a landscape mode picture, not a vertical or a portrait picture. Okay. So if you are posting it on social media, you can use hashtags called uoloapp and uolo learning, and you can also tag us on your stories and post also, just tag at uoloapp. So we'll be able to notice your entries there, and we'll be definitely sharing it on our stories. Okay, so let's get back to the class. So let us call our teacher. Shreyansi ma'am, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay. So everybody ready for the class, right? You know, this is the last class from our watercolor series. So in this class, we are going to paint a masterpiece by a very famous 20th century artist. His name is Vincent van Gogh. How many of you have heard about this name? Has anybody heard about it? If you haven't, then while painting, I will also let you know. I will give you some short stories, some snippets from his life, very interesting incidents from his life, so that you don't get bored while painting. Okay, and also one more thing I want to tell you all. Please take a small sheet of paper. We have already mentioned in the list of equipments that the paper should be A4 or A5. That is, it should be a very small one. See, I will just show you the painting that we're going to make today. So this is the painting that we're going to make today. See the size of the paper, it's quite small, right? So if somebody has a large sheet of paper, I would advise you to just cut it in half, because it will take you a lot of time to paint otherwise, and you will not be able to catch up with the rest of the class. Better if you have a drawing copy, I would suggest you to use even half of that page. Otherwise, it will take you a lot of time. So while just we wait for everybody to join, in the meantime, you can just cut the page to half of it so that you can finish the painting. Otherwise, it will take you a lot of time. As you can see in this painting, we have used a lot of blues, right? You can see there is so much area to cover. So take your paper size, choose your paper size accordingly. You would be needing to complete this painting, right? Yeah, A4 sheet is fine, A4 or smaller. Okay, don't use large sheets. If you have a large sheet, you can just put a scale in between, cut it in half, or if you have scissors, you can use that also. Okay, first, as usual with the rest of the classes, I will just go through what are the equipments that we have listed. And also in this class, we will learn about some of the basic texture techniques. Yeah, drawing book is okay. As I said, if the size is A4, then it's fine. If it's a larger one, then it's better that you cut it into half. You cut the page into half. I'm telling this beforehand because if the paper is very large, then it might take you a lot of time to complete the painting. Fine? Okay. I will just share my screen now so that you can see the equipments that we need. Everybody able to see my screen, right? Yes, A4 sheet is fine. To everybody, I'll just tell you again. Yes, A4 sheet is fine. If you have a large drawing copy, then it's better that you cut the page in half. Okay, otherwise use a large size brush to, fill the spaces in a faster way. Fine, we'll just go through the equipments first. So here I have my paper. You can see I've drawn a rough square within which I will be painting. Okay. So along with this, firstly, we'll need our pencil, scale, and rubber for drawing. We'll need our brushes for painting, watercolors, because this is a watercolor class, we will need the colors. Obviously, we will also need a jar of water to paint it. And also I mentioned earlier that we will be learning some techniques. So here I have some salt with me. Okay, what will we do with the salt? This is just a trick that I'm going to show you. So many of you like to paint beaches, right? Sea beaches. Many of you like to paint sea beaches, right? So while making the sea beach, sometimes you face difficulties in making the sand, right? The sand looks very dull. It just looks plain yellow. So what can you do? There is a way in which you can make that better. So since this is a class about textures also, I thought of including that part with the salt. Okay, we'll just see what we can do with the salt. It's just an experiment. If you want to do it, you can do it along with me. Otherwise, you can try it later on. This is just a demonstration. I will show you how you can use salt to get a grainy texture. Okay, everybody ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Fine, good. So we'll go forward with the salt texture. You can do it along with me now, or otherwise you can do it later on. This is just to show you how you can use salt while texturing. So I'll take any color. I'm just taking green here. Just taking green color and just applying it. Okay. Just taking a green color solution and just applying it. That's all. You can take any color. If you're doing it along with me, you can take any color. See, this is just simple green color I've taken. I've just taken the solution and I've applied it on the paper, right? Next, we'll just take some salt and we'll sprinkle it on this color and we'll see what happens. Okay? Everybody ready? So here's some salt. I'll take that and I'll add it. I'll sprinkle it on top of the green color. Can you see the texture that's forming? It was just a plain dull green color. As soon as you add the salt, it becomes grainy. So whenever you're painting beaches or deserts or anywhere where there is sand, if you want to get a sandy texture, you can use this trick. Okay, just paint the entire thing yellow or brown, whichever color you want to, and then just sprinkle some salt on top of that. It will give you some grainy texture like this. This is a nice little trick that you learned. So everybody, you can practice that later on. Fine? Any questions about this? No, we will have a painting today. This is just for demonstration. Don't worry. Don't get worked up. We will be having a painting today. Okay, this is just a trick. This is just a demonstration that I wanted to include since this is the texture class also. Fine? So we'll go ahead with our main painting, our Van Gogh painting today. Everybody ready? Everybody take out your main paper now. We will proceed on to the main painting. This was just a little trick that I showed you. Fine. Everybody take out your main sheet of paper. Ready? Take out your pencil and your eraser. You can see I've drawn this box. I will be drawing within this box. Okay. You can take up the entire paper, and if you have a large paper, you can cut it. So just make a note of the drawing that I'm making. First, we have a wave-like shape here. See, it's almost like a wave. You can see how it is. It's almost like a wave, and then there is another layer from beneath it. This is the first structure that you have to draw. Then again from below it, I will draw my second wave. This is the smaller one, just a smaller one. And again, a second one on top of it. So just two small waves we have to draw like this. This is the first part of your drawing. Is it visible to everybody? Is it visible to everybody? It's not visible. Just a moment. Is it not visible to everybody? Just tell me, let me know. Okay, one moment. Just two small waves like this. Okay, one wave like this and the second wave like this. Can you see it in my picture? Is it visible in my picture? Okay, some are saying it's visible, for some it's not visible. Just a moment. Let me see if I can. Is it visible now? Visible now, right? Just let me know if it's visible now. Fine. You can zoom in the screen, okay? You can zoom the screen, otherwise it will not be visible to you. Fine. Just two small waves. The first one is a bit larger, the second one from below it and a bit smaller than the first one. Okay? We'll move on to the next part of the drawing. Okay, now one straight line, sort of a small slope sort of structure from the bottom, like this. It's just like a small hill, just like a small hill with not much slope. And then one from the side also, like this. This is our second part. So first we drew two waves like these, and then we drew two small hill-like structures at the bottom. Yeah, I'm waiting. Catch up, no problem. Catch up. It's easy till now, right? Very basic. Yes, Chinmay, I can see it. Nice. Good. Okay. Very easy till now. Nothing very hard. Just two waves and two small mountain-like structures. That's all. Okay, we'll move ahead. We'll move ahead with the class. So next, what will we draw? Another structure like this. It's just very simple, just like drawing a plain ground. That's all. And another one on top. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 structures at the bottom, like this. Anybody having any issues, let me know. I'm waiting. We are not going anywhere. The screen is there. We are just drawing. The screen is still there. Don't worry, it's not vanishing anywhere. Okay? We are waiting for everybody. What did we draw? We drew two wave-like structures. The first wave, the smaller second wave. Then we drew two hills. Okay? Two hill-like structures. And then a set of ribbon-like structures like this. So all in all, we drew 4 lines at the bottom and two wave-like structures. Okay? I'm waiting for everybody. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to leave you. Everybody is able to see the screen now, right? Okay, fine. It's just very simple, okay? There's nothing to repeat in the drawings, beta. It's just very simple. Two hills like this. Just see this, just see the drawing. It's just two hills and it doesn't need to be exactly like I've drawn. Okay, you can draw the hills a bit differently also. Completely up to you. Just that there should be 4 lines like these, similar lines, not exactly same, but similar at the bottom. You need to get the wave shapes correct. That is more important. Just give me a thumbs up whenever you have finished so that I can know that I can move on. Okay, many of you are joining right now. Fine, fine. Okay, many of you are giving me thumbs up. Fine, we'll wait another 30 seconds. Okay, we'll wait another 30 seconds for everybody to catch up. Yes, Radha Shakti, nice, good. Yes, if somebody wants to use 3/4 of an A4 sheet, that is perfectly fine. That is good. In fact, you will be able to complete the drawing in time. Those who are using large sheets, again and again, I'll repeat, for those who are joining just now, please use a small sheet. Otherwise, you will take up lots of time to color this. Watercolor cakes is completely fine. It's good. Even I am using watercolor cakes. So it's fine, right? Fine. We'll move on to the next part of the drawing. It's a very simple drawing. Now I'll just draw one round, a circle. It's almost like the sun. Just a round circle like this. Okay, at the top. And then a few smaller circles all throughout. You don't need to follow exactly where I'm drawing the smaller circles. You can draw the smaller circles anywhere in the space, anywhere in the blank space that is there. You don't need to draw them exactly as I've drawn them. Draw 5 or 6 of such small circles anywhere. There should be one big circle and a few smaller circles like these. Try to fill up as much space possible because then there will be very less of the blue area that you have to paint. Okay? Don't draw very small circles, otherwise you will end up having to paint a very large area. Everybody getting it? So this is our drawing. This is just the drawing that we need. Those of you who are joining just now, I will just repeat what we have done till now. We have drawn two wave-like shapes like this. Two waves, one big wave, one small wave. And then at the bottom, we have 4 lines. We have 4 lines which almost look like hills. Then we have a big circle here, which looks like the sun. And then some small circles, around 9 small circles. Kritika, very good. She completed the drawing so fast. Nice. Yashasvi, good. Evelyn, good. Anika, good. Disha, good. Good, good. Many of you are catching up fast. Alvina, nice. Rakshita, good. Good. Supriya, Yashasvi, nice. Kamal Kumar, good. Achintya, good. Good, good. Many of you are finishing. Those of you who are finishing, get ready with your blue color and get ready with a thick brush. Okay, those of you who are getting done with the painting, get ready with your blue color and get ready with the thick brush. We'll just give it a minute more, okay, so that everybody catches up with the drawing. Any blue, Molia, any blue you can use. It can be dark blue, it can be light blue, any blue of your choice. I will be using cobalt blue. You can use any blue, cobalt blue, Prussian blue, normal, any sky blue, whatever you want. You will get to know what the small circles are. While you paint the blue area, I will let you know the entire story behind this painting. Fine, everybody ready? Ready to paint? Just give me a thumbs up. Yes, color cakes are fine. Color cakes are fine. Everybody ready, right? Fine, we'll start off with the painting. Okay? So here I have my thick brush. And here I have my watercolor pan. Now I will be taking some water on my brush. Okay? Just scrape off extra water. And then we are going to use the blue color. You can use any blue color of your choice. I am using this cobalt blue. You can use any blue color of your choice. Okay? Fine. So which are the areas that we will paint? First, paint this area between the second and the first and the second and the third and the fourth hills. This is the first area that we need to paint. Just make a note of which area I am painting. Just normal painting. I am just filling it with the blue color. Okay, no shading, nothing. Just filling it with the blue color. Everybody getting it? We are just filling this area with the blue color. Very simple. There's no shading involved. Better to avoid cerulean blue. Okay. Yes, very good. Arya is asking, is this painting the Starry Night? Yes, indeed, it is the Starry Night. It is the Starry Night, a very famous painting by Van Gogh. Don't, if you have a choice between cerulean blue and any other shade of blue, it is better to avoid cerulean blue. Okay. Use any other shade of blue. Use your cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, Prussian blue, whichever one you have. If you have only that, then no worries. Use that also. That is also fine. See, so this is the first area that you have to paint between the first, second, and the third 4 lines. Okay, this is your first area. Everybody just complete up to this and then show me. I want to see everybody's work till this point. First, you complete up to this point and then show me your work. Use a thick brush so that you will cover larger area in lesser time. Don't use thin brush, okay? Yes, Mahi Singh, I can see nicely she is painting. Everybody get it done up to this point? You can show your work so that I know that you are done with this. Diksha, good, good. Varambali, good. Yes, phthalo blue is also fine. You can use that also. Any shade of blue. Any shade of blue is fine. Any blue. Yes, Sanvi, any blue. Just give me a thumbs up. Anybody who's done with this. Adhya Saha, very good. Pavni, Vaishnavi, Sentamir, very good. Pari, good. Okay, most of you are giving me a thumbs up. Fine. So the next area that we will paint is this area, this entire portion, avoiding everything that we have drawn. So we will avoid the circles and we will avoid the waves. and paint this entire upper part. See, we will paint this entire upper part with blue, just simply painting it with blue, okay? Avoid the circles, avoid the wave, and avoid these lines at the bottom. Just fill it completely with blue. It is a very, tedious kind of thing, just filling it with blue. It might make you bored, but don't worry. I have some very interesting facts for you. So take out your thick brush and just cover this entire portion with blue. Okay? Anybody has any issues, just let me know. Same blue, yes, same blue. The very same blue. So all of this portion we are going to cover in blue. Okay? So while we complete this, just let me tell you a very important fact about Van Gogh. Okay, so Van Gogh was a very famous 20th century artist, but the funny thing is, while he was alive, there was only one painting which he was able to sell. Do you know that? All his paintings became famous after he left the world. All of his paintings became famous after his death. While he was alive, nobody knew about him. There were so many paintings of his, but he became famous after he left the world. And this painting that we are painting today, it is called the Starry Night. Starry night as in when you look outside in the sky, there are a lot of stars and there's the galaxy that you can see. So that is what he imagined while painting this. Also, Van Gogh, one of his ears was cut off while playing fencing with his friends. There was his best friend was there. He was playing fencing with him. So what is fencing? Fencing is a sport that you play with the swords. Okay. So while playing, accidentally, his friend cut off one of his ears. After that, he went into depression. Because his ears were cut off, he was very sad. And then he went to a doctor to get himself healed. And while he was at this doctor's house, one day he was sadly sitting in his chair and he was wondering. And then outside his window, he saw a starry night, a night filled with stars. And then he thought of painting it out. So this painting, this Starry Night painting, we are drawing a very simple version of it. The actual painting is very detailed and it is very beautiful. It is considered as one of the costliest paintings and one of the best paintings of the 20th century. So you guys are going to have a simple version of that painting today. Okay. So this was the story of Van Gogh. He was a very brilliant person, but sadly, while he lived, he did not get all the credit. But thankfully, the world knows about him today. Okay. All of his paintings are masterpieces. Very colorful, very bright, and very impressionist. He is considered as one of the best painters that ever lived. Okay, once the class finishes, you can just go online and Google it up. You can Google Starry Night and then you will see the painting that you have painted today and the painting that is really there. Fine, so you can see we'll continue with the painting. This way you have to cover the entire portion, avoiding everything that you've drawn. Just avoid the waves, avoid the circles, avoid the big circle and the lower layers of lines that you've drawn and just cover the rest of the painting. Got it? We'll just wait for everybody. It will take some time, I know. Better you use a thick brush so that you can cover maximum area. Use a thick brush and cover all of the area. Okay, we will wait for everybody. It will take some time, I know. Don't worry, we are not going anywhere. We are waiting for everybody. You can place your camera in front of your painting so that while you paint, I can see your work. Wow, Quenya Usra has almost completed it. My God, very good. Very good. You can place your camera if you have a stand, or if there's any way in which you can place your phone or your camera in front of your painting so that I can see your progress. That will be very good. Dyuti, very nice, superb. She completed it so fast. Very good. Good job, Dyuti. It will take some time, it will take some patience. Don't get bored. At the end of the class, you will have a beautiful painting and you can say that you have a masterpiece. You have created a masterpiece of a famous artist. Yes, the Starry Night is indeed a very beautiful painting. It's very difficult also. It's very complex in reality. Today we are just attempting to make a very simple version so that everybody can make it. It's a very simple version so that everybody can make it. But when you see the actual painting, you will see the amount of detailing that has gone into it. It's very complex and that is why it is so valued. Jaishnavi, very good. Good. She's almost completing it. Don't worry, we are waiting for everybody.
Jesse ma'am,
Yeah,
can we have the polls?
yeah, sure, ma'am.
Okay. So kids, I hope you all are already enjoying this beautiful painting. But we would like to have a small break, and I just want to know about again the maths class I was asking you. And do you have this abacus kit? I am just sharing my screen with you all. Just give me a second. So just let me know if you have any of these abacus at your home already. I just want to know, do you have that or not? Okay, so I'll be asking this question in a poll. You just need to answer me in the poll. Okay, any of these, if you have, we just want to know if you have a abacus kit or not. Okay, so I'm just publishing the polls in front of you. Can you all answer the polls? Can you see the polls on your screens? Yes. Okay, please go ahead with the answers. Okay, keep it going. I have started getting the responses quickly. Go ahead. So how are you finding today's class, and which device are you using for attending today's class? And do you have an abacus or not? And which grade you are studying in right now? Okay, so please, the people who are watching us on YouTube, we would like to know your opinion as well. That do you have an abacus at your home? And so based on that, we'll be seeing how we can arrange the maths classes for learning. Okay, keep it going, guys. We are almost done. We have received almost all the responses. A very few people are left, so I would request all of them to please respond the polls. Please let us know about your feedbacks. Okay, so just let me know. You can also Yes. Okay. Quickly, guys, we are just like I'll be keeping the polls only for a few seconds now. I would request the people who have not filled in the polls yet, please fill in the polls quickly. Yes, a very few are left now. Keep it going. We have to go back to our amazing painting class again. So please fill in the polls quickly. Quickly. Yes. 10 more seconds. I would request please quickly fill in the polls who have not filled in the polls yet. Quickly. Yes. Quickly. Okay. I'll be keeping for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in the polls. Shreyasi ma'am, you may please continue.
Yeah, I will share my screen again. Just a moment. Yes. So while the polls were going on, I could see some of you have completed your work. And yes, Alvin, good job. Nice to have you back again after the last class. I can see many of you are repeating the classes. Very good. Sanvi, good job. Ishani, Urvi, very good. Those of you are getting done with this. For the next step, get ready with your colors. Get ready with your thick brush. Yes, poster colors is fine. If anybody does not have watercolor, if you have acrylic poster colors, that will also do the job for this particular painting. Okay, don't worry. Just give me a show of hands. Just give me a thumbs up if you have completed it. Even if you have a very little portion of it left, doesn't matter. Okay. Fine, everybody. Good. Bhavika, good. Kritika, good. I can see your work. Good. Catch up a few more seconds. So now we will be painting this wave and this lower ribbon-like portion. So we will be using the same blue, the very same blue that you have used. We will just add a little bit of white to it. So just see, this is the same blue that I have used, and now I will mix it with white. As soon as I mix it with white, I get a sky blue color. Can you see? So everybody just take out the white color and mix it with the blue color that you have already been using. When you mix them, you will see you will end up getting a sky blue color, a light blue color, lighter than the blue color that you have used because you're mixing the white color with it. Okay? We just have to make a mixture between the white color and the blue color that we have been using to get a sky blue, a very light blue color. And this is the color we will be using to paint up these waves. Okay, take your time. I just told you the process. Take your time. If you already have a sky blue color, then good, very good. You don't need to create it. This is for those who don't have a blue color lighter than the color that they have used. If you don't have a light blue color, then you can use this. You need to mix white with your blue color. That way you will end up getting a sky blue color. If you already have a sky blue color, then well and good. Go ahead and use it. Okay, we are just painting it. There's no shading, there's no waterwork involved. As you can see, we are simply filling in the colors in this wave, in these two waves, and the lower ribbon like structure also. Fine, easy till here. Looking easy, right? This is a very simple version in which you can make the Starry Night painting. So those who did not follow, I will just repeat it once more. The same blue color that you have been using to completely fill up all of these spaces, to that blue color you have to add white and you have to mix it. As soon as you add white and mix it, you will see you will end up getting a very light blue, a sky blue color. So that is the color that you have to use to cover up these waves and also this lower ribbon like structure that is there. Okay, just make a note of the areas that I am filling up with this sky blue color and do the same. We are just simply filling up these areas with the sky blue color, that's all. Same we will do for this portion also. Everybody getting it? Just make a note of the areas that I am painting. This is your first and second line that you have drawn and the two waves. That's all. Any questions, any doubts, you can let me know in the chats. Anybody has any question? If you already have the sky blue color, then don't waste your time in creating a new shade. You can just directly go ahead with that sky blue color only. Okay. Okay, so you can see which of the parts I have drawn. Up to this, anybody who has completed, you can show me your work. There's just this small portion, this ribbon-like portion at the bottom, and these two waves that you have to completely fill with the sky blue color. Anybody who has completed this? Stuti, very nice. Good. If somebody has forgotten and painted all the ribbons, there's nothing to worry. Don't worry. For the other two ribbons, we are going to use darker colors. So there's no problem at all. If you have forgotten and painted all the ribbons by mistake, Soumya, there's nothing to worry. Okay, don't use a thin brush for these. Again and again, I'm telling you, if you use a thin brush, then it's obvious you will not be able to catch up with the rest of the class. That is why we mentioned in the list of equipments, you need a thick brush and a thin brush, both. Thick brush is also mandatory, thin brush is also mandatory. Because we have to paint very larger areas, right? Thin brush will take you a lot of time. Anybody who's done with this? And people who are getting completed with this step, get ready with your yellow color. For the next step, we will be needing the yellow color. Fine. Just take out the yellow color and keep it on your palette. We will wait for others to catch up. Jyoti Lakshmi, Pranita, very good. Good job. Nothing to worry if you've painted any other portion by mistake, okay? Just don't paint the circles. If you've painted any other lower portion by mistake, there's nothing to worry. We are going to use darker colors. If you don't have yellow, you can use orange also. Okay, if anybody does not have yellow, you can use orange also to paint. Rakshita, good. Okay, I can see most of you are done with this step. Most of you are getting done with this step. Good, good. Any yellow, any shade of yellow, your ochre yellow, lemon yellow, any shade of yellow, okay? Sanchit, Shiva, Shinchana, very good. Okay, we'll move on to the next part of the painting. We will now paint all of these circles. So you can take either of the yellows, lemon yellow, ochre yellow, anything. I'm taking lemon yellow. Okay? Just simple. Those who have not yet completed the ribbons, you can still catch up. There's nothing to worry. Okay, we are just simply painting these circles with yellow. Fill all of the circles with yellow. That's all. Don't color the circles. I have told you again and again, don't color the circles. Okay, don't color the circles. If you have colored the circles by mistake, take a tissue paper and just wet it and try to remove the color and then apply the orange or the yellow color. Okay, don't color the circles. If you've colored the circles blue by mistake, don't do it. Please, you can use a tissue paper and get rid of that color. Take a wet tissue paper and get rid of that color and then paint it with yellow. So you can see I'm just taking yellow color and applying it on all of the circles. Just cover all of the circles with yellow color. That's all. Any problem with this step? Anybody having any issues with this step? Just let me know. Thank you, Shraddha. Thank you. Anybody having any issues? Just let me know. It's very simple. We are just filling it with yellow color. Anybody who doesn't have yellow, I told you, you can use orange also. Okay? Till this step, anybody having any issues and anybody who's done with this, you can start showing. Anybody who's painted wrongly, anybody who's gotten blue color in any of the circles, what you can do is you can just dip a tissue paper in water and then squeeze the extra water out, and using that tissue paper, just scrape off the color from the top. From that circle part, just scrape off the color. You will see the color will come out. Prithvi Raj, very good. Excellent. Very good. Yes, Sanjana, those are my paintings at the back. Thank you. Neelima, Manvi, Akshata, very good. Very good. Wow. People are catching up very fast. Good job. Jyoti Lakshmi, good. Anybody who is completed, you can show your work. Amulya, nice. Vinita, very good. Smruti Dipta, very good. Rashi, good. Purvi, good. Good job. Good job. Most of you are catching up. Good job. Shall we move on to the next step? Shall we move on to the next step? Everybody just give me a thumbs up. Right, we'll move on to the next step now. So for the next step, we will need which color? This portion we are still going to paint yellow color. This ribbon. Many of you have told that you have by mistake painted this as your blue color. Don't worry, keep it that way. Keep it blue only, okay? Nothing to worry. Any of you who have by mistake painted this portion blue, there's nothing to worry, keep it blue. Don't do anything to it. Just keep it blue. Paint your circles yellow. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chats. Okay. Everybody painted this portion also. I waited for this because we just wanted to be sure so that you don't paint the wrong ribbon, the wrong portion again. Just see which area we have painted. Astha, good job. I can see she is completed. Okay. Ojasvika, good. Good, good. Just get it done fast. We will next be using the green color. So everybody who's getting done with this. Resham Jain, very nice, superb. It's looking awesome. Everybody who's getting done with this step, take out your green color and be ready. Okay, for the next step, we will be using the green color. Fine, we'll move on to the next step now. It's very simple. Again, we'll just take the green color and we'll completely fill up the lower hill. The remaining lower hill that is left, which we have not filled with any color, this portion we will be using green. Okay? Any green shade, any green shade. Don't worry about dark or light, any green shade. Light green, dark green, anything is fine. If anybody does not have green, we have learned in the previous classes how to create the green color, right? You have to mix yellow and blue and you have to get your green color. So anybody who does not have green, now you know how to create the green color and get it. There is no way to create yellow, dear. Yellow is a basic color. It's the yellow, green, yellow, red, and blue. These are your basic colors. You cannot create them. Okay, just take any green that is there with you. If somebody does not have green, you can use a very dark shade of blue also. Or if you have viridian or cerulean or any of these shades, you can use that also for this lower part. Those are alternate colors that you can use for this lower portion. Just completely cover this area with the green color. That's all. Once you're done with this, get ready with the thin brushes. Okay, once you're done with this, get ready with your thin brushes. People who are done with this, you can show your work. Yes, viridian green is okay. You can put that. Yes, Navya, very good. Sinchana, very good. All of you are catching up very fast. Be a little quick, okay, so that we don't lose out on time. Very simple. We are just covering up this entire portion with green. That's all. And now for the next step, take out your thin brush and be ready. Take out your thin brush and be ready. Okay. Keep your blue color and your red or orange color out. Amulya, good job. Good. Fine. Most of you are getting it done. Just another 30 seconds and we'll move on to the next part. Shraddha, good job. Jasmita, good. Jasmita, your waves have almost mixed up with your blue, beta. Use some of white, use some white color on top of the waves. That will make them more distinct. Okay? Rubina, good. Good job. Okay, most of you are showing your work. Fine. We will move on to the next portion. Everybody get ready with your thin brush for the next step. You can see what we have done here. This is just a sample of what we are going to do. You can see in this sun portion how we have drawn some dashes. We have just zoomed it up so that everybody of you can see this. You can see how we've drawn some circular dashes, concentric circles. It's like one circle after another. So in this way, we are going to put dots in all of the circles. Okay. So I told everybody to take out your orange or red color. If you have used orange color for the circles, you can use red color now. If you have used yellow, still you can use your red color. And using your thin brush, you will make such dashes in the circles. Okay. Got it, everybody? Just see how we are going to paint. Take out your thin brushes, everybody, and take some red color. So just apply the red color like this. Small dots or small dashes, anything. One round after another, like this. Okay, for all of the dots, we have to do this. You can either put dots like this or you can put dashes like we did with the big circle. Just see here, we will be repeating the steps for all of the circles. Just add circular dashes like this and work your way inwards. You can also apply the dashes randomly, but if you do it like this, it will look better. What are we doing? We just took our red color and we are applying dots like this. If you don't have red, you can use brown also. If you have brown color, you can use that also. Red, orange or brown. Any of these three colors if you have, you can use them. For all of the circles, we will do this. Fine. Just see how we are doing it. Just cover all of the circles with these dots. That's all. If anybody has completed making dots in the circles, you can do the same for the ribbon portion also. The yellow ribbon that you drew, you can draw the dots there also. Everybody getting it right? Any questions, anybody? Good job. I can see most of you are catching up with this. It's a bit lengthy as a painting. I know it will take some time. Don't worry, we'll get done with it soon. Just a little bit of it is left. Very simple, right? Anvila, very nice. Sorry, Avnila. Sorry, I read your name wrong. Really sorry. All of the yellow places, wherever you have painted with yellow, we have just got to paint dashes of red there. Okay. Yashasvi, good. Good job. Anybody who's done with this, you can now take out your blue color and just repeat the same process for the areas where you've drawn with light blue. All of the rest of the places where you've drawn with light blue and green, you can now do the same dash technique on all of these areas with dark blue. Okay. All of these waves and this lower ribbon and this green color, you can just put little dots of blue. Just take the dark blue color and put dots on all of the other structures that you've drawn. Your green part, your waves. Like this, cover all of them also. You can make larger dots so that they get completed fast, okay? Yes, you can border it with black after drying, no issues. Getting the idea right? The same thing that you've done with the red on the orange, the same thing we are going to do with blue on the light blue parts. Just fill the waves with these dashes and dots. Okay, also this lower green portion also with the dashes and dots. Anybody who is completed with the dashes and dots in all of these places, you can let me know. What are these dashes, right? So this technique is called the stippling technique. This class is of stippling technique, right? It's of textures. So this addition of dashes and dots in your paper, in your painting, it is known as stippling technique. This was one of the main techniques that was used by Van Gogh. Okay, this type of painting is called a stippling painting. So you have to add these dashes and dots and just one last portion now remaining. Everybody who is finished with this, you can just show your work. Just one last part is left, that's all. Everybody who's finished with this, you can show your work. Rakshita, good. She's completed. Very good. You just need to add dashes or dots on all of these areas. Guru Kiran, very nice. Smruti Dipta, very good. In green also, we have used the same color, okay? The same blue color we have used for green also. We have not taken any different color. Start showing your work so that we can move on to the last part. People who have completed this, you can just use a pencil or you can draw directly with black color for the next part. I will be drawing directly with black color and a thin brush. If you want, you can do the same. If you're not very sure, then you can use a pencil. Sandhya, very good. Very good. Many of you are completing it. Avnila, very good. Akshayata, good. Sunita, good. Fine. We will just show the last step. Most of you will know now how to complete these, how to complete this area with the dashes and the dots. So we'll just move on to the last portion. If you want, you can draw with a pencil, but I will be drawing with the paintbrush only directly. If you are not able to follow, then you can draw with the pencil first as rough, and then you can make the rest of it. So I've just taken black color on the pencil and I'm drawing like this. It's a very rough shape. Okay. It's not anything in particular. It was actually meant to resemble a boat, but he drew it in the original picture. Also, you will see it is drawn very roughly. You can also draw directly with the black color if you are confident enough. If you think that you might ruin the painting, then you can draw with the pencil first. It's a very rough shape. It does not look like anything actually. It's just like a boat. It is sort of like a boat, but it's not a boat also. A very rough shape. So doesn't worry if you don't get the shape accurately like this. It's something like this that you have to draw here. It almost looks like the sails of a boat. This is the shape that you need. Okay. If you have drawn with the brush directly, then very good. If you're not very sure, just go ahead and paint and first make a rough drawing with your pencil, and then you can go ahead and fill it. We will just fill this thing with black color. That's all. That's the last part of your painting. It's don't make it anywhere on the paper. Okay, it should be at this left hand side of the paper. Left hand side starting from the bottom. Don't make it anywhere, okay? Otherwise, it will not be Starry Night. It will be your Starry Night, not Van Gogh's. Just completely cover all of it with the black color. Fine. So this is your simple version, the simple version of Van Gogh's Starry Night. Just make a note of the edges. Just paint them up properly. Everybody getting it? We have just made a very rough sort of a version of a Starry Night. In this, what did you learn? You learned how to make the stippling, this making of tiny dots and dashes in paintings in order to make them more bright. This is known as stippling. It gives them texture. It almost looks as if somebody has sewn it. Somebody has made some sewing patterns on top of it. If you see the actual picture, you will see that there are some patterns like that on like this on that too. You have to paint on top of it, okay? It doesn't mean that you need separate space to make this sail-like structure. Paint on top of the circles and on top of the waves. Paint on top of them. This black color actually Van Gogh meant to make it as a boat, but it wasn't a boat. It looks somewhat like this. This is what it is there in the actual painting. It is actually meant to look like a boat. So anybody who's done with this, anybody who's completed the painting, you can show your work. This is the final picture of your version of the Starry Night. Alvin, very good. Superb. Nilima, very nice. All of these paintings should be submitted, right? You're working so hard and you made a masterpiece. You worked so hard on this painting. You should be submitting it. Manasa, very good. Some of you have used acrylic colors and your paintings have come out very bright. Good. Avnila, Supriya, Guru Kiran, very good. Anindita, very good. Good. Amulya. Pavnishri, good job. Good. The green color, I have used the same blue color, okay? The salt part that I mentioned, it was just a trick. Since this is the class of textures, the salt part that I mentioned, it was just a trick. It was not to be a part of this painting. That was just a trick that I showed you. Since we are learning watercolors and this is the ending class, that was just a little trick that we showed you so that you know how to paint beaches whenever you're making paintings. In case you're not able to get that texture, that's just a shortcut method. Okay. So that was all. I can see so many of you painting so nicely. I want to see all of these submitted. Astha, very nice. Very nice. Dyuti, Diksha, very good. Sandhya, very good. Ojasvika, Varshini, Pushti, Yashika, Shrutika, very good. Good job, guys. Good. I want to see all of these paintings submitted so that we can see them. We can have you on the list of the top people who made the top paintings. You worked so hard. This was a very time consuming, a very painting that required a lot of patience. And you went through all of that. You worked so hard. So you should be submitting your work, right? So fine, that was all.
Thank you so much, Shriyasi ma'am. And we are actually thankful to you for completing this beautiful painting with us and our children who have been there to complete the full painting. So it was an amazing session to have with all of you. It was a long one though, but yeah, I am so glad that everybody was there to complete this. Thank you so much for bringing us this amazing painting with us. So kids, right, where you have to submit your this entry, where you have to submit your work. You have to just go to live.uolo.com. Okay, so let me just share my screen with you all and I'll explain you the whole process again. One second. Can you all see my screen? Yes. Osra, it's amazing. It looks beautiful. And I want this submission to be there on the live.uolo.com. Okay? Cool? Yes. Okay, so where you have to submit it? Can I hear? Correct. live.uolo.com. You have to go there and you can see submit your activity. Yes. You have to click over that and then you will get an option to submit for today's class. And once you click over submit your activity, you will see an option to upload your image and you can select the image which is already there in your system, whether it's a mobile or laptop or tablet. You can just select multiple images as well if you are putting it. Then you can just click over submit. You will get which all pictures you have uploaded. So you'll have an overlook also that which all images I have added. So you can just click over submit. Once you click, your entry will be submitted. Okay, your submission will be done. So I hope you all know where you have to go. Please try to take a horizontal clear picture. Okay, and don't take a vertical picture. Have a big smile on your face. It should not be a blur picture. Okay. Okay. Cool. So thank you so much everyone for attending today's class. It was amazing to have you all. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time for Mandala class. Yes. Okay. Bye-bye. Have a nice time. See, yeah, I can see beautiful, beautiful, beautiful paintings already. I want to see all of them on the submissions also. Okay? Okay, bye-bye. Bye.